And then more than 40 schools have been accused of teaching sex education with an anti-gay prejudice by the British Humanist Association. Richy Thompson is their education officer, joins us now from our Westminster studio. Hi, thanks for joining us on Sky News this afternoon, Richy. First of all, explain to our viewers Section 28. What is it and why was it repealed?
So Section 28 was introduced by Margaret Thatcher's government in 1988 and it forbid the promotion of homosexuality in schools and it being treated as a pretended familial relationship. And it was repealed in 2003 by Tony Blair's government, essentially because it was being interpreted by schools in ways that led them to either discriminate against gay and lesbian people or not tackle issues such as homophobic bullying, which of course is very, very important that schools address because homophobic bullying is such a widespread problem.
So how did it come to light that some schools, I mean it's only a tiny handful compared to the number of schools here in the UK, but how did it come to light that they were continuing with Section 28 or a part of it, or certainly tipping their cap to it?
So an individual campaigner got in touch with us with one school that she'd seen in her area, and from there we started searching for them simply on Google, and we discovered more and more, and that's how we got where we are now.
What did you do?
Well, we just searched on Google for sex education policies that included phrases that were found in Section 28.
And then what did you do? How did you bring it to the government's attention?
So having found them, other people started to pick up on a number of schools, and so we then published the full list of schools that we'd found yesterday. And after that, the government obviously saw it because it got a lot of press and responded, and we, of course, have written directly to Michael Gove about this as well, and we'll be bringing it up with civil servants too.
The government, as you've said, welcomes the investigation, but you blame the Department of Education to start with, do you?
I think that they do have some fault in this. I don't think that we can particularly say that the schools have any malicious intent. I think a lot of it is simply schools that have been lazily copying and pasting what's already there without really paying enough attention to it. But what certainly isn't helpful is that the guidance on sex and relationships education that is still in force and that schools should follow actually dates from 2000, before Section 28 was repealed, and that has some unhelpful references to Section 28-like language in there that may be where a number of these schools have got what's in their policies from. And I think it's clear that the government needs to issue new guidance on SRE, sex and relationships education, to ensure that this kind of problem doesn't continue. So
just to clarify, Richie, you're not being openly critical of the schools involved, but you're saying that the government is being lazy, not making sure that all of the schools in the UK or in England are aware of Section 28 and the fact that it was repealed more than 10 years ago now.
Yeah, that's right. And in fact, some of the schools actually we know are very good on this issue. A couple of them are Stonewall school champions, so have gone out their way to ensure that they're really, really good on tackling issues like homophobic bullying. And from those that have responded to this story so far, it's generally been to apologise and withdraw their policy. So it may be that there might be a school out there that defends this, but we haven't seen that yet.
OK, great to talk to you, Richie. Thanks for joining us on Sky News. Appreciate it.